Oh, this is good.
The heck was that sound?
My mic. I need to get some WD-40 in the bitch.
Why is your mic yelling back at you?
It was the mic, what do you call it? Arm.
My Batman popcorn bucket in the background.
Ooh,
so
hell yeah.
Jealous.
don't crop that out. You know?
Jealous. Show it off. Show it off.
Unless you wanted me to crop Jelani out so you have more room on the screen.
I mean, we all have to make sacrifices.
Okay. Literally on the show.
Welcome back to the Cool Comic Show.
There's
I
no
am
way.
one of your hosts, Damien. And with me always, Galactic Mr. E, aka Mr. E, aka Young E. And also with me as always is Jelani Carter, aka Jelani Hendricks, aka Jelani with a body. And we are back for a new episode. This will be September's episode of the Cool Comic Show. If you guys didn't see my unboxing video where I talked about what happened to August's episode, a quick recap. We streamed during San Diego Comic-Con at the end of July, and my job was to pull that recording and edit it and upload it. I lost track of time, and that VOD expired. So
Womp womp.
Happens to the best of us. Happens to the best of us.
if you were there, you saw the stream, it was a good time, but that's why there wasn't a specific episode for August. But the good thing is,
Yeah, limited
because
edition.
of that, yeah, exactly. That, and also we have a lot pretty good amount of stuff to talk about for this September episode. We're just gonna go on this list because we have quite a few things to get to. Again, if you're unfamiliar with our show, we like to talk about anything and everything comic books, whether it's TV or movies, books, video games, all that cool shit. We're gonna start off with TV and movies. So
Ooh.
we're recording this on September 5th. During this month of September, we have two, I would say, pretty high profile comic book shows premiering within one day of each other. We have Agatha All Along premiering on September 8th, and The Penguin premiering on September 19th. Are you guys excited? Are you looking forward to it? Are you going to skip out on them? How are you guys feeling about them?
I personally am more excited for Agatha All Along. While I'm still excited to see the Penguin and see that universe expanded, I'm a sucker for magic, and I feel like she was a really big part of why WandaVision worked out so well. So diving into that character more, plus Wiccan, or who will become Wiccan, I guess, is supposed to be in the series as well. And, y'all know how I feel about Young Avengers. So I'm really excited to see how all of that kind of comes about and what it means for the MCU moving forward. Hopefully it's a turning point. They've had some lackluster shows. They've had some lackluster movies. Not to say there weren't some good movies and good shows sprinkled in, but
Yeah.
I'm excited. I hope it does well. Love magic. Give me that shit. And I'm excited for Penguin too. Mafia shit, guns, explosions. Bring it
Sopranos
on.
and Gotham.
Sopranos and Gotham.
That's why I'm hyped for the
I
Penguin.
was say, Jelani, are you excited?
That's why I'm hyped for the Penguin. They hate to see a bitch from New Jersey winning. I cannot wait. Yeah, you know what's so funny? You're talking about that. Yeah, we're talking about Agatha and WandaVision. If you think about it, the MCU, I mean, the world has been very different since the premiere of WandaVision, of course.
True.
But
That's
also,
very true.
But also the MCU is very different since WandaVision came out. Especially like during that time, it seemed like their whole plan was just to flood the streets with a lot of content, TV shows, movies, everything. You know what I mean? And now they have
That's true.
significantly slowed down. They had some major character reveals that they had to kind of switch up on, and different arcs and everything. If you know, you know what I'm saying. And it's just very fascinating, and it's like I'm excited to see that show just to see how they begin to, I guess, shape this newer era of the MCU. Because I just think like they just need it right now. Like you was saying earlier, like there's been a ton of shows and movies that come out since, but they've all kind of like missed the mark. It's a very hit or miss. But I think this is going to be a hit because Agatha was probably one of my favorite characters in that series. I mean, her and Wanda were like pretty much carrying that show in general. So I'm excited to see that character again and just see that universe. The Penguin, of course. I mean, I love mafia shit in general. Crime shows is my shit. So I am excited to see that. And I always thought the Penguin was such a a fascinating rogue in Batman's gallery. So he's one of the few rogues that I'm just like, I'm not mad about seeing a whole series made about him. Compared to, I mean, we'll get into it later, but compared to other characters that are popular, but I don't think deserve their own movie. You know what I mean? Or a sequel for that matter. But
what are you talking about?
that's neither here or there. Let me stop being so serious. But yeah,
Oh my gosh.
I'm excited for both. I'm definitely excited for both.
Yeah, I'm excited for it mainly because Penguin premieres on September 19th. A little birdie told me that all three of us may be in the same location when the Penguin is coming out.
Mm-hmm.
We are going to be
Who's this birdie?
We are going to be at TwitchCon in San Diego during that week. It happens to be that Penguin is premiering, so we're going to figure out in between all of our super cool adult fun drinking, we're going to try to watch the
Apple
Penguin. Apple juice, yeah, 100%, and ginger ale.
Yes.
I think I did see something where like it'll be premiering on whatever that is, a Wednesday or Thursday, but then after that it'll be on Sunday. So like kind of classic HBO kind of vibe.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
I love
19th
that.
is on Thursday.
Yeah.
The 18th when Agatha comes out is Wednesday.
Oh yeah, and then
Yeah,
that's usually when
when
Marvel usually drops, right? On
Yeah.
other TV shows on Wednesday. So I love it.
But I'm definitely more excited for Penguin. Don't get me wrong. I enjoyed WandaVision. That was a lot of fun, and I'm excited for Agatha. But something about Marvel, I feel like I'm just the last couple of years specifically. Like I was excited to go watch Deadpool Wolverine. I watched that, midnight. I'm excited for Captain America. I'm excited for whatever they're gonna do with Captain Marvel and everything like going forward. But Agatha, I was kind of just like, am I excited for it? And when I had to ask myself that, I was like, I don't know if I am. But I feel like it's going to be one of those shows that I'll check it out, and then as it continues on, I'll definitely get into it. Like, I didn't think I was going to be into WandaVision, and then I was all about it. But as it stands right now, the Penguin, I'm the same thing as Jelani. Like, the Mafia vibe of it, obviously it being in Gotham and Batman and the whole thing and all that kind of stuff, I'm excited to see, and just seeing, like, how that will eventually connect to the Batman 2, a.k.a. when we finally get to see Dick's parents die instead of Bruce's in movies. But I think
took a little tumble.
my favorite thing right now is all the memes like online when like there's any kind of Batman 2 news and people are like just talking about like, oh, what do you want to see in the Batman? And someone's like, two very famous circus people falling to their death. But yeah, I'm excited for Penguin for sure. And then I think what I'll probably do is kind of just see what the vibe is for Agatha like the first couple weeks and see if I want to continue kind of committing to it at that point. But those are...
That's fair.
Yeah, a couple of shows coming out. Another show that this was in the middle of a bunch of news and a lot of stuff that we kind of talked about during the stream of Comic-Con. One of the things I wanted to make a note on here, because we didn't talk about it too much because there's not a lot of information. There was an animated series that got announced called Eyes of Wakanda. It's going to come to Disney Plus at some point. They haven't really put a window or anything like that. But as Eyes of Wakanda, they said it's going to be something that delves into the history of Wakanda, so the past and the previous Black Panthers and that kind of stuff. Hasn't really much details. I don't know if they've got a director. I think there might have been a writer attached to it or something like that, but that was just, one of a lot of shows. I feel like a lot of other shows that got announced kind of overshadowed this, and this didn't really get talked about, essentially.
Yeah, I searched up a little bit of info on it. It seems like Ryan Coogler might be executive producing, so it will be under the guidance of him, obviously the director of Black Panther 1 and 2. And it's like supposed to be like a mini series across different timelines of Wakanda and all the different characters. And they might have a focal point on like a certain group of Wakandans, like a team, and then like certain other characters. I'm in it. I'm in it. I mean,
100%.
I think it's gonna be dope. And it's so funny. It's gonna be like a CGI animated series, and full transparency. Me, Damien, and E have been like rewatching the Green Lantern series.
Yeah.
So
I should put that in the topics. I didn't even talk about
Yeah. But like because of that, I'm just like now I'm like back on board with seeing some like CGI animated stuff, and even like the What If series. I love the animation in that series as well.
Yeah.
So I'm in it. I think the history of Wakanda is just as fascinating as just focusing on like the kings and queens and stuff like that and the Dora Milaje. So anything just to be in that universe and seeing how that country evolved over time, whether it's in the past or the future, I think will be really, really cool. So I'm excited.
Same.
Yeah, and so I hope that we don't have to wait 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years. Like
too,
this Spider-Man show that was supposed to come out, animated show a couple years ago.
Yeah,
Who knows when that's gonna happen? but-
They announced something about that recently.
Yeah, I
didn't
think
they?
at Comic-Con they
Yeah.
were showing off like some screenshots. There was like some small clips here or there, but there wasn't really anything
Yeah.
like there wasn't really hard news when it's coming out or what like that. But there is progress, I guess. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
'cause
some
that-
character.
that
I think
was
some character
announced forever
designs.
ago.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
character designs came out recently, probably during that Comic Con.
yeah, but Eyes of Wakanda, I'm definitely because I feel like Marvel doesn't really know. At least Marvel Studios doesn't really know what they want to do with the movie side of it in terms of like the whole conversation about recasting T'Challa or like having his son that they set up in the second movie, everything like that. Not really sure, but I hope that doesn't stop them from making Black Panther content and going back to like because obviously X-Men and Fantastic Four are about to be these big things in the MCU and some of these other characters might start getting less. So I hope that doesn't happen, and I hope we continue to get Black Panther stories and other characters and stuff like that
Yeah,
kind
absolutely.
of overlooked.
Yeah, I feel like there's definitely room for them to reset everything, especially if we are leading up to like Secret Wars.
Yeah.
They've beat the multiverse to death at this point, so it's got to be.
They gotta leave that alone just for a little bit. Just for a little bit.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, at least finish it out. And I think the only way to finish it out is to start over. It's like it's what DC very tragically tried to do with the Flash movie. Just bring everything center. But I feel like Marvel has a better chance of pulling that off because they've actually been diving into these storylines for like years now. So they can actually center everything. People may not, really like how they center it, see some of their favorites recast, universes start over, this, that, and the other. But like, they can do that. They have the track record to do so. Just finish out the multiverse. And like, if they do end up doing that, I can definitely see them quote unquote recasting T'Challa, but they're not technically doing so, but they are. It's a roundabout way to make everyone happy.
Yeah, because like of course you still want to pay respect to Chadwick for everything he did for the role and everything like that, and also wanting to continue this story of a character that is so memorable and iconic for a lot of people and these stories.
Yeah.
So yeah, hopefully we get more news about that soon. Also on our list, speaking of characters who maybe don't need more exposure, we have, like we said, we're recording this on September 5th. We have everyone's anticipated movie of the fall season. Joker 2 is coming out in a couple weeks.
Folie à deux.
At the time of this recording, some of the reviews did come out of the movie. Not that hot. There's been a lot of discussion the last couple of weeks, a lot of interviews, like the director was doing and stuff like that, saying like, well, this isn't Harley Quinn. This is this. This isn't really a Joker movie. It's this and this.
He said, this is Harley Quinn, but we took away her accent, her attitude, her background.
Her psychology.
The things that made her. Sounds
But it's
amazing. Sounds like a great
Still
movie.
Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
I only put this in here because I put it in my notes. I said, I don't know who of us is going to be excited to watch it. Me personally, when the first one was coming out, I was one of those people that I was like, I don't really know if we need a Joker movie. I went to go watch it because, again, I'm a hoe for DC, so I want to go check it out. And I think at the time where DC was and the movies that were coming out, I was like, this is a cool movie. It's a good time. Well, not a good time, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But after I watch it, I was like, we don't need more. Like, I think this is
That's what I thought too. I mean, I thought it was
I thought it was a good standalone.
Yeah.
And now it's not standing alone.
Yeah, and like obviously with it making $1 billion and like before James Gunn came in, this movie was already in production, so I get that part of it. But like and I saw this post the other day, comic books specifically and adaptations and movies is like one of the biggest things where people try to actively not be the source material, and it's like at that point just make an original movie, you know?
Yeah,
It's just
honestly.
like we don't need this story about how Harley is actually a patient at Arkham and she wasn't a psychiatrist and how she got to Joker. It's just like, I feel like it's definitely unneeded. I feel like them approaching it with the mindset of like, well, we're gonna do Joker and Harley, but it's not Joker and Harley. It's like, just make another movie. Like,
Yeah.
Right.
so.
Yeah. I'm right there with you. I thoroughly enjoyed the first one. And I do, to an extent, understand wanting to create a Harley for this Joker. He's not necessarily the Joker, so why would she necessarily be Harley? But again, like you said, then why go that route? Why put those names to those characters? Why make it a DC imprint? And if it has nothing to do with those characters, because even we're seeing a lot of Black Label comics come out, and they're not necessarily tied to the main universe, but these characters are still these characters at heart, you know? So it's just it's unneeded. Like it's just interesting to see all of the decisions that have been made around this movie, and it could be good. The first one was good.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be a good movie overall. Yeah,
I am not in a rush to see it.
Yeah,
You know,
I think it'll make a lot of money, and which will hopefully make have DC continue these other movies, because I think they usually film this kind of movie pretty short budget. But I think it's one of those movies this year where I don't think a lot of people are super like day one, I'm gonna go watch it. You know?
yeah.
So
Kind of see how the crowd feels.
yeah, but that'll be
Yeah,
coming
man,
out.
I thought the
so
same thing about the first one, but people showed up and showed out. So
That's true. But I
know,
think because
that's how we got in this situation in the first place.
I think that was kind of lightning in a bottle, where it's like that time where DC was going and people kind of wanted like something new, something edgy, and that kind of stuff.
They should have just
Yeah.
waited for the Batman to come out, and then they would have got that.
That's true. That's true.
If they wanted
I-
something like super stylistic but still like related to the comic book character, like I don't know. I mean, the Robert Pattinson's Batman was the shit. Like
It is.
I watched it multiple times since watching it in the theater, so I enjoyed that, and I
Yeah.
felt like that felt very different from the type of DC movies we were getting at the time, and even from like the Christopher Nolan movies. You know what I mean? It was a little bit more stylized, a little bit more grounded and everything, a little bit more gritty and dark, but it still felt like the character, and it still was a
100%.
comic book movie, and it was awesome. So it's
Yeah.
not like I don't want to encourage other directors and creators to do stuff like that. But I mean, like you were talking about earlier, just to be like so vehemently about like not trying to be comic booky, I'm just like you said, just don't use the characters then. Just make an original movie.
Yeah.
You can make that same Joker movie and just have that just be like a comedian that was wronged and turned into a serial killer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's fine. I would have still watched that. That's I'm pretty sure Martin Scorsese made that same movie years ago.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? Like it can happen.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when we're sitting here recording our October episode and Joker 2 has made $2 billion, then we'll... I'm actually very curious how it's going to do. I feel like there's not as much hype to this one than there was the first one. But who knows? You know, the general audience, you never know.
That's true.
So the last thing we have here is anything specifically related to TV and movie media kind of stuff. We have 2 animated shows that are scheduled to release before the end of this year. We have Harley Quinn, which I don't believe has an actual release date yet. They just said before the end of the year. And we have Creature Commandos, which today actually had a specific... They had some more like screenshots and stuff came out.
Oh, nice.
It's coming out on December 5th. There was like a little blurb James Gunn had basically saying like, you know, Creature Commandos is like a little appetizer. I think he said like little nibble, something like that, to like the new DC universe. And obviously Superman next year will be kind of the big thing. We're obviously, you know, we talked about this before. The plan right now is for our next reaction series to be Harley Quinn and Creature Commandos.
Can't wait.
Harley Quinn, we've done it every season since, you know, we've had this channel essentially. So Harley Quinn will always be kind of a mainstay here, and then Creature Commandos because it's the first project in this new DC universe. So I'm very excited because Cersei's going to be in it, and then to see what other, you know, connections are in here. But are you guys looking forward to this, or kind of back and forth, or how are you guys feeling about them?
Oh, I'm big hype about both.
Yeah,
And Harley Quinn, it doesn't have a release date, but they did say November.
November. Okay.
So we have Harley Quinn in November, Creature Commandos in December.
Ooh,
So
that'll
it's gonna
be a big winter for us.
It's going to be a fun end of the year. I'm looking forward to both. I'm excited to see what they do with Creature Commandos. And you know, I'm a huge fan of the Harley Quinn cartoon. I just finished up Kite Boy.
Kite Man.
Kite Man.
Shout out Kite Boy.
Shout out Kite Boy. I finished up Kite Man the other day, and it wasn't bad, but it just made me miss Harley Quinn that much more because, like, the characters were fine. Bane definitely carried that show hard body, but it, like I said, I just miss Harley Quinn. I miss the dynamic of those characters. So I'm excited to see it come back. I'm excited it got a 5th season. And Creature Commandos is new, and I'm just interested to see what direction they take it. Who might pop in, who might pop out. You know, so yeah, I'm excited for both.
Yeah, honestly, same. I mean, Harley Quinn has not missed an episode or a season since it come out, in my opinion. It's
Remember
been
when
great.
Lex got those implants?
That's what I'm saying. Got the calf implants and everything. Like, it's just such a good show. So, like you was saying, like, I'm just excited to see it come back. So, super duper looking forward to that. And then, like, I'm excited in general just to see the kickoff of the James Gunn regime of DC. And it's starting with Creature Commandos, and like we obviously know he's good when it comes to ensemble movies. We got Guardians of the Galaxy 1 through 3 and the Suicide Squad sequel. So I think that's going to be good. It's going to be animated, so they can do more creative, cool shit in general. So definitely looking forward to that. Like we got a jam-packed end of the year when it comes to content, when it comes to comic book related content. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I saw today, like in their announcement thing, that it's going to be Creature Commandos is going to be 7 episodes. What I'm curious about is if they're going to do the Invincible route, where it premieres right before Christmas, and we get 3 episodes and have to wait like 4 months for the second half of the season.
I think Invincible only did that this past season because of the writer's strike. So
that's
hopefully,
true.
hopefully we don't have to deal with any nonsense like that again.
Same.
I know shows will kind of take breaks for like holidays and stuff like that, but
That's also fair.
I
Because they did that with Young Justice. It didn't come back until like
that's true.
Wow, that's right.
April.
Jesus Christ, though.
You know what's crazy? Harley Quinn now has is gonna have more seasons than Young Justice.
Ooh, stings a bit.
Stings a bunch.
So yeah, those will be our next reaction series on the channel, Harley Quinn and then Creature Commandos. I think it'll be a fun time. We talked about this a couple episodes ago, where we're at the point of the year now where beginning of this year was kind of like, okay, what's DC gonna do? What's the plan? Whatever. But now that we're in the back half of this year, going into 2025, like I'm feeling some of that excitement I felt in like 2012. 2013, when there was still a lot of hope, you know, like what things could be. And so I feel like a year ago I was like, Creature Commando, I was like, whatever, like it's kind of there. But now I'm like, you know what, let's check this out. I think I'm kind of the same page as E, where I'm more excited to see where this is going to lead. The characters themselves, whatever. I'm kind of like everything else going on around them. So those will be the next reaction series. Be on the lookout for those when they premiere. So going into books now, we're going to kind of go down some of this list. Some of these books we don't have too much information, so there's not too much to go into, but I just kind of made some notes of a lot of books that got announced the last month or so that I'm very excited about, and I know Ian and Jelani are looking forward to some of these. So the first one, some of my personal favorite groups from the DC universe, is the New Gods, coming out from Ram V and Evan Cagle. Ram V has done a lot of stuff with DC, and also a lot of independent stuff. He did some Detective Comics stuff. He had a pretty good run on Justice League Dark in the Rebirth era. That'll be coming out, I think, in November. Some screenshots will come out. Anything New Gods, I'm very excited. So
yeah. I'm ready to see my boy Orion.
Lightweight, Metron. I love Metron just because he's a petty bitch and just likes to just see shit happen. So, yeah, we're excited for that. Black Canary. I know E's very excited for this one.
Super duper excited.
Jelani as well. This will be coming out from Tom King and Ryan Sook.
I I love Tom King. And so I'm really excited that he's on this project. And Black Canary is, I'd say, like second or third of my favorite female comic book characters. So I'm really excited to see her, step into the spotlight, especially with it being WWE centered.
Yep.
Because me and Jelani have gotten into that over the past year.
Follow their WWE Twitters. I'll put it in the description. Jelani and Galactic Mystery.
So I'm really excited. It's just I've always loved Black Canary because yes, she has powers, but she's so street level that like she doesn't really need to use her powers all that much.
Feet, bro. she's the beats on fools.
And so like, and the premise of this book is like she's considered the second strongest fighter, and she's trying to become the strongest fighter. So I'm just ready to see her. I know there's going to be appearances by Wildcat, the original Black Canary, her mother. So I'm really this probably my most anticipated book of this year.
A little bit of description that DC gave us. They said Black Canary faces her toughest opponent yet, Lady Shiva, which, if you don't know Shiva, you're going to find out. In a battle to determine who is the single greatest hand-to-hand fighter in the DC universe. To make it to the final round, Black Canary will need all her fighting skill and ability, plus additional training from some of DC's most accomplished fighters, including Batman, and as you mentioned, Wildcat, and even her mother, the original Black Canary. And this is going to be a 6-issue series. It's debuts in November. There's a lot of good ass books coming out at the end of this year, and this one's really good.
I'm super excited.
Is cooking at the end of this year.
I know.
TV shows, comics.
Finally.
Yeah, and Jelani, I'm sure you're looking forward to as a Tom King fan for this book.
Yeah, super duper fan. So anything he writes, I'm down for. So I already know that the story's gonna cook. Similar to E, like Black Canary is up there for me, like at least top 5, like favorite female, just like not just on DC, just comic book characters in general. So I'm super duper excited to like see her, and just like the theme is gonna be dope. The writer's gonna be dope. The art looks really, really good. I want to get that variant cover of like the all pink, and she's just like sitting over with like a cup of tea in her hand. I'm like that right there already brought me into it too. So I'm just like I'm here with it. I'm here with it.
Yeah. So that'll be expect probably when we're recording an episode around that time, we're going to be talking about Black Canary, similar to how we're going to talk about a book at the end of this section. But another book that got announced, something I'm very excited for.
Me too.
The Question, All Along the Watchtower. This is going to be a new ongoing series by Alex Segura and Ian Tormey. A little bit of description DC gave us. Renee Montoya investigates a murder mystery on the Justice League Watchtower. Who watches the Watchtower? In the wake of absolute power, which is going on right now, the Justice League Unlimited has created a haven for all heroes. But can they keep it secure? Enter Renee Montoya, reeling from an abrupt end to her time in Gotham and looking for a place to hang her hat. But the Trinity didn't bring her up to the Watchtower to relax. There's a dark threat bubbling underneath the surface, and only the Question and her ad hoc support team stand a chance of figuring out who the problem is before it's too late. I'm very excited because Renee Montoya on her own is one of my favorite characters. Make sure you read Gotham Central if you haven't. And then the Question, the original Question, I liked him a lot. And then when Montoya became the Question during the 52 era, or not New 52, but like the 52 book before that, it was some cool ass shit. So like murder mystery, Renee Montoya, her is the Question, and then in the midst of this new Justice League Unlimited era, it's gonna be some good ass shit.
Yeah, I'm really freaking excited for all the same points. I love Renee. I love the Question, and I love that it's just straight up murder mystery. You know, at the end of the
murder mystery.
At the end of the day, DC stands for Detective Comics. So like getting back to the nitty gritty, I love that. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
We'll probably get some cool ass variant covers too for this. Oh my god, dude!
I know. Yeah, love murder mysteries. Love this character. I mean, similar. Another really good murder mystery was the Human Target that came out last year. So I loved that series, which I believe was also Tom King. So, so anything murder mystery, I'm down for. So I'm super duper looking forward to that.
Yeah, so that'll be coming out November 20th, a week before Black Canary. I'm gonna be spending so much money at the shop, dude. It's crazy.
I'm already broke.
Going into
Wait, You said September 20th?
November 20th, a week before
okay.
Black Canary.
Okay. I was about to say, picking it up in San Diego.
Oh, right. We will be going. There's a shop I want to take you guys to in San Diego for sure.
Let's go.
I'm there.
So another new series. God, so many good ass shit coming out. Another new series that got announced. We have our first Cassandra Cain solo series in 20 years. DC has announced a new Batgirl series. This is by Tate Bromble and Takeshi Miyazawa. This one comes out also in November. This is November 6th. Description from DC. They said, when a deadly group of assassins shows up to kill Cassandra Cain, Lady Shiva, again, if you don't know Shiva, you're going to find out this year. Lady
Shiva, get to know her very well.
Shiva is Cassandra's mom. Lady Shiva must come to the rescue, and they're forced to put their complicated past aside and work together as mother and daughter to ensure they make it out alive. Unfortunately, things are never as easy as they seem, and Batgirl must embark on a jaw-dropping, martial arts-filled adventure in her quest for truth and justice and revenge. This is a Batgirl unlike any other, so don't miss the opportunity to dive into the psyche of one of Gotham City's deadliest fighters while exploring her deep and complex relationship with her mother. I'm all in, just from that, like...
Yeah.
That description was amazing.
I love that because like you said, this is the first Cassandra Cain book in 20 years. So I feel like a lot of people don't recognize her as Batgirl as they should.
Yeah.
And basically with the whole Lady Shiva point of view, she's basically Damian Wayne before Damian Wayne, you know?
That's a really good point. That is a really
like
good point.
He
Did not
stole
think
her
about it that way.
swag.
Yeah, that's so funny.
So I'm excited for it because I, of course, know who Cassandra Cain is, but I'm excited to dive deeper into her story. And I like that a lot of the like ground level heroes are having a heyday right now. That's just so good. I love that. You know, as much as I love the suits and capes, street level heroes, they be throwing hands left and right. And you know, sometimes that's all you need for a good book.
That's the ones I've been connecting with the most.
Yeah, you know?
and we'll still have the big, like, fantastical stuff, like the new Gods book obviously coming out, like this crazy Justice League Unlimited, like those stuff will still be there, but I agree with you. Like these kind of ground level stuff, I'm very excited for with this. Specifically, like Cassandra's my favorite Batgirl, and her whole story with her mom and with Shiva and her dad, like that whole thing, and her going to Bruce, and Bruce like really seeing Cassandra as his actual daughter, and she's essentially like, if anyone was going to take the Batman role or mantle, it's going to be Cassandra. And it's just like, I'm very excited for this book. And it's so much coming out in November. Jesus.
And she gets left out a lot.
Yeah.
You know? So it's good to see her back in the limelight.
Jelani, you thinking, picking this one up, adding it to your rotation?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, 1000%. I mean, anything that's Batman related, I'm down for. But I love... I haven't like delved too much into Cassandra Cain, and I've always been fascinated by that character, so I know very little about her, to be honest. So if we're getting a new book, I'm down for.
Yeah. What I always tell people is, if there's anything to know about Cassandra Cain, is one, she truly is Bruce's daughter. Two, everyone in the Bat family, everyone in the DC universe recognizes her as the best fighter in the Bat family. Like she could take out anybody, and just like. God, there's so much, and I assume they'll go into it in this book, so I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
Another book that got announced. This one's also in November. DC has announced a new Black Lightning series by Brandon Thomas and Fico Ocio. Sorry if I pronounced that incorrectly. The DC description for this, they said Black Lightning is back, and this time it's a family affair. Jefferson Pierce leads the Justice League's new metahuman outreach initiative, helping those with powers before they can cause harm to themselves or others. That sounds pretty much exactly like Jefferson, what he would do. But everything changes when when it's his own daughter, Anissa Pierce, who comes to him for help. With Thunder's dangerous new powers and the new masters of disaster jeopardizing the coexistence between humans and metas, Black Lightning is on the front lines of a culture war brewing in the suburbs of Metropolis. Another November book. You guys excited? Gonna add this to your rotation? Pick this one up?
He's a black character, of course. I'm gonna read it. That's usually how I feel when it comes to characters like that. But no, but especially like Black Lightning, like he's great. I mean, of course, everybody knows my favorite character is Static, but you know, I got a love for a lot of the other black electric power based comic book heroes, which is a lot of them, almost all of But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it. I'm definitely looking forward to it. And it's been a minute since I've seen like Black Lightning in the forefront since the CW show, right? So
Yeah. Which
And
I'm surprised he didn't get a bigger pop after that show.
Yeah.
CW kind of brushed the show under the rug.
yeah. I think it got a little strange towards the end, right? But it did start off pretty strong, as most CW shows do. Usually those first two seasons.
DC promoting anything during that era, like who knows what they were trying to push, you know? Like
I mean, they were trying to do everything, and I commend them for that. They for a long time, and I'll just say this right now, for a long time, the CW DC universe was really holding fans down, at least in my opinion. So I will forever have a soft spot, no matter how people feel. I know it kind of didn't stick the landing on any of the shows.
That's all we had for a while.
Hey, that's what I'm saying, man.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Like I don't want people to forget. They were really holding it down for a little bit. So, you know.
Don't forget your roots.
Exactly. Don't forget your roots. Don't forget your roots.
But yeah, what Jelani said, like I'm definitely gonna pick it up. I'm excited to see what they do with it. And I know I've been saying that about all of these books.
We're just excited. That's what
I'm excited. You know,
it's genuine and it's real. Like
you know, and I like Jefferson because he's known for his outreach in the comics. So I like that they're still working that into this character. So, you know, they haven't forgotten the heart of the character. And, you know, I'm excited to see Thunder and Lightning as well. I just love that, you know, they're just a family of heroes, just kind of keeping it in the neighborhood. You know? So I'm excited to see that narrative.
Yeah, and they showed off some of the artists, like, you know, new character designs and like how he'll look. And then they also noted, similar to how the Green Arrow book and the Poison Ivy book that are ongoing right now, those books originally started as like a mini series or limited, and then they got enough support to be extended to an ongoing. And they said Black Lightning will be the same way, that right now it's just a 5-issue mini, but if it gets enough support, they will extend it to an ongoing book and you know, keep going for Black Lightning. So we're all gonna
support.
Oh yeah, I was about to say. So we have to buy it.
Yeah,
have to. It's a necessity.
Exactly.
Not showing my bias here. My one Marvel book that I included. Marvel has announced a new book. Actually, you guys were mentioning earlier, speaking of What If, this is a character that made their debut in What If. Celebrating Native American Heritage Month, Marvel has a new book coming out called Kahhori. I'm not sure if that's pronounced correctly. I didn't watch What If, so I don't know if that's how it's pronounced. Reshaper of Worlds #1, a new Marvel Voices special that's coming out also in November. They said here this is a breakout hero from Marvel Animation's What If. Now chases a threat out of the sky world and lands in the streets of Hell's Kitchen?
Aw, snap.
Question mark?
The 1 mile road.
The 2 blocks.
Okay. Not too much for my boy Matt. All right.
Yo, it just blows my mind. Like, I thought this man was protecting all of New York. This man had a 2 mile radius, bro. Like,
very 10 toes down about those 2 specific blocks. You know what I mean? I mean, you got to know your strengths.
He said, "I'll protect from here to here."
Exactly.
Y'all got it. Y'all got it from there.
Because if you're really thinking about it, like, New York City is kind of big. You can't just be jumping around from borough to borough. So he's like, yo, I'm going to secure my block and y'all get everything else. Spider-Man can swing across the city in like, what, 5 minutes? He's got it.
But yeah, so this will be actually made by indigenous creators, which they should be doing. Nice. Honey David and Kelly Lynn D'Angelo. I think there's a couple of other artists doing variant covers. And the brief description that Marvel gave, they said the Mohawk warrior Kahhori fell into the sky world and into our hearts from her first appearance fighting invaders to her home. She's already helped save all of reality from a demented Doctor Strange and secured peace in her own world. So what now? So, again, this is a brand new character. Doesn't have a bunch of, you know, backstory. So I'm hoping that this book will get a lot of support and kind of maybe also go into an ongoing. Right now, I think it's just kind of a one-shot kind of thing. Okay. But that'll be coming out November 6th from Marvel Comics. Okay.
Yeah, because I never watched season 2 of What If either, so
Same.
I don't know about this character. But I'm probably gonna go watch it, and so I can see what they're about. And you know, I love Marvel. Marvel does a really good job of giving new characters one shots. Especially in these special issues, like this one's for Native American Heritage Month. We've had some characters premiere during Pride Voices, so they do a really good job of bringing these characters to life. So I'm sure this is going to be no different. So I'm interested to see. I'm definitely going to check it out to see a character, built from the ground up, essentially, and get to dive into a new world. So I definitely think I'm going to be picking this up.
So before we go into our last book, because I want to end it with our last book that we're going to talk about. Real quick, skipping ahead to our game section. We only have one thing to talk about, and it's the only thing we should be talking about. Marvel Rivals got a release date since the last time we recorded. It will be coming out on December 6th. So expect a 48, a 72, 100, however many hour stream from all three of us when that game comes out.
Ready to lock in. Ready to lock in. Let's do it. Marathon.
I don't think... Okay.
Yeah, not much to say about it. Just we're excited for Marvel Rivals.
They did also announce Captain America: Winter Soldier.
Yes.
Are the latest characters as well. So yeah, I'm excited. I think I'm more excited for Captain America in the game because I knew I would love his shield just bouncing off shit, and it just looks like that's all he does, and I'm really excited.
Hey man, it's fun to do that in Fortnite. Let me tell you. So, I mean, it's kind of video game related news. Freaking Disney and Marvel doubled down investing in Epic.
That's true.
Man, I don't know if you guys are people that watch us play a lot of Fortnite, but all the Marvel mythics are insane. A lot of fun.
True.
I think they recently did an update so you can get Shuri's Black Panther claws and slash at people. I think when you get the Doom Fist, you transform into Doom. So like similar to like when you get like the Thanos
the
fist.
gauntlet,
Yeah. So it's a lot of fun. So highly recommend it. There's a lot of mythics out that make it a lot of fun. Kind of like you got to be on your P's and Q's because towards endgame when you're like those last 10, if you don't have any of the mythics, you're kind of not winning. But yeah, it feels a lot better with that compared to the previous meta.
Cars.
Yeah.
The cars.
So,
and if you want to play Fortnite with Jelani, he's up till 3, 4 a.m. playing. So hit him up.
Only sometimes.
But yeah, I Marvel Rivals, I hope we get some more mutants and X-Men. Give me Jubilee. I'm trying to play. Give me Jubilee.
Oh, please. I would love that. I would absolutely love that.
So yeah, that's the only thing for games. So going back to our last topic of the day, probably the most, I don't want to speak lightly here. Probably the most important piece of literature on newsstands today.
Compared to the Bible, 1,000%.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say, Zatanna Bring Down the House, issue 2 and 3 have come out since the last time we talked, and yeah, like I said, probably if you have a child in school learning how to read, if you have a partner in the business world who's working as a CEO, if you yourself are living your own life, you need to pick up every single issue, all the variant covers, because this book is just, it's amazing. It's so fucking good.
Gorgeous. It's been a great read, and I'm sad that there's only 2 issues left.
Yeah.
Don't remind me, brother. Don't remind me.
I'm sorry, all good things must come to an end, unfortunately. But it has been such a fun read. I like the direction that they took her character, kind of fighting back against, who she is.
Yeah.
But, you can't escape destiny. And this goes back to what we were talking about Joker 2. This is a Black Label book.
Yeah.
It's about Zatanna. Zatanna is the baddest magic user in all of anything. Don't question. That's fact. Okay?
It's true.
But in this book, she strictly does not want to use magic, and you can read the book
for good
to
reason.
get the details behind that. But yeah, she doesn't use
Pretty
magic.
good reason.
And that's what she's known for. But this book is about her journey to find herself, and herself is her power. And we haven't gotten there yet. I don't know how they're gonna, end it off.
There's some glimpses,
Yeah.
I'll say issue
But,
3 they gave.
Yeah. At its core, she's still a magic user. She's still Zatanna. The Joker, we're not going back. But, but yeah, I'm having a lot of fun reading it. I'll stop yapping. Y'all go ahead.
I had a really good time. I'm having a really good time reading this. Zatanna is my favorite female comic book character. It's her. So I'm happy to just be in this universe. I think I said this in the first video that we did talking about her. I love the fact that they're just kind of flipping this on her head. You know what I mean? I think in a lot of portrayals of Zatanna, she is a little bit clumsy, but very confident in her powers. She knows that she's powerful. She's not afraid to use her magic. At any given chance, she'll use it in order to like help her comrades. And to see this version of her that's just so like adamant about not being perceived as like an actual magic user and just like, oh, I just do parlor tricks. I'm just a magician in Vegas. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it's so funny because like this is not really a spoiler, but to other people that are in the magic world, they were like, well, actually, her show's actually pretty good. So like, you know what I mean? So it's not like she's bad at what she does. But I love the kind of like slow reveal of why she doesn't want to use magic anymore and how that ties into the larger story. Like I said, in issue 3, I think they kind of delve into it a little bit more and they start showing a little more cracks. But I don't want to ruin it. I think how they kind of reveal that is really, really awesome. So highly recommend reading episode 3, issue 3. Just been thinking about all the media. But yeah, man, it's been really good. The artwork is freaking awesome, dude. There's a lot of there's a lot of really good panels. Like even if you're not
so many,
man, even if you're not like super into the story or even like Zatanna as a character in general, I think it would be really. I think it would behoove you to get it because the art is like awesome. So
like the rabbit hole panel.
That's what I'm thinking of, bro. Oh my god, that's what I'm thinking of. Yeah. That's the one. That's the one, man.
Yeah. What I was gonna say is obviously I love Zatanna and everything. Like like putting the story aside, it's already good as it is. The art in this book does so much for me, and that was one panel I was thinking about, the rabbit hole panel, and that character in general, like as soon as they came onto the page, I was like, I'm in. Like I want to know more about this character. I want to know like what they're doing. Like I would want to know everything about, and like some of the concepts introduced with this character. And I mean, it's not a spoiler, but like the Phantom Stranger and how they're like showing Zatanna some other parts of the magic in this world, and like it's so good. And yeah, that panel, it's just. God, this book is so good. Everyone needs to go buy I'm buying like 2 or 3 variants every single time I go buy this book. Like, it's just, it's so good. And like the way issue 3 ends, and again, this is not a spoiler because this character is on the cover of the next issue. Like, obviously Constantine's in this book, right?
My boy. Yeah.
And
my
like,
boy.
My bisexual king.
It's just like, another concept I like that they introduced in this is like when she uses magic, or when anyone uses magic in this whatever world we're in, their hands just go ghost white, like just all white. I thought that was really cool, a nice little touch. So, yeah, I think pretty much saying the same thing as Jelani and E. I like the fact that we've always known her as a confident and very powerful magic user, and this is kind of showing her like not necessarily not confident, but specifically not wanting to do it for certain reasons. And I think some of the even like when she interacts with this rabbit hole related character, when she's interacting with this character and some of the conversations, some of the back and forth, I'm like, God, I want 10,000 issues of this. I can read this, forever. Yeah. And I hope that, especially with, and this is just me being greedy and being stingy, with this new direction that James Gunn has, where he's more open to one-to-one adapting some of these well-regarded books. Who knows, a couple years from now, when Zatanna gets introduced, I feel like in these first 3 issues, they could introduce Zatanna this way into the DC universe.
This could hands down be translated into a different media so easily.
Yes.
And I would not be mad at it.
Just like imagine the costumes, like in the way that they are in this game. Again, with this rabbit character alone, like Phantom Stranger. Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm really liking the Phantom Stranger as well. And like another conversation, well, that's kind of a spoiler. Never mind. Anyway,
go buy the book. When issue I'm like Jelani. Issue 5 comes out because it'll be issue 4 this month. Issue 5 will come out. Oh my God, in October, Halloween. Nice. Issue 5 will be coming out in October.
Perfect timing.
When we record that, actually, we might record a special episode going into all the sport. Let's do that. I'm saying it now. Let's
do that.
I'm down.
When issue 5 comes out, we are going to record a Zatanna specific full review of all 5 issues. We're going to go through like everything. Please go
Heavy
buy
spoilers.
it. Please go pick it up. Please go support because we need more of these books with more of these
Yes.
characters.
1000%.
It's so good.
1000%.
But yeah, that's gonna be it for today. I thought it'd be quick, and here we are yapping as we always do for about an hour or so. But we got some fun stuff to look forward to this month. Some fun stuff to look forward to during the winter months, and 2025 at the end of this year, 2025, I think is gonna be a very, 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 very good time to be a comic book fan. And again, speaking biasly, very good to be a DC fan. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you for supporting. Again, go follow Ian Jelani on their wrestling Twitters. I'll put it. What's the handles for those again?
I'm JF Rollins on my wrestling Twitter.
I'm Big Mysterio.
Hell yeah, dude. I'll put a link in the description for you guys. Thank you guys for watching. We will see you. We'll see you next month, because Harley Quinn won't be out before then. We'll talk about ZATANNA episode, or I keep fucking saying episode. ZATANNA issue
ZATANNA.
4. I'm all over the place. We are going to be posting a lot of pictures, a lot of fun stuff from TwitchCon. So if you guys aren't following us on our social medias, Instagrams, all that cool stuff, make sure you follow us. And we'll see you guys next time.
Peace.
Okay, bye.